Hi kids, today we're going to be doing a painting in Monet style, Claude Monet. He lived about 100 years ago, and he was important because he taught us how to paint impressionistic style using impressionism that he invented. He was a painter that wanted to paint quickly and colorfully, and he did not like the stiff style that was currently being used by other artists. And he became famous because he invented that style. So you can see this tree. We are going to do it in the Impressionist style. And there are some other versions if you are wanting to take it further and make a scene of the same trees. Today all you will need is some sort of paint. All you need is yellow and blue of some hue of blue. You're going to use more yellow than blue because yellow is weak, as I always tell you. The other colors will wear it out. Now you know from color theory that yellow and blue are primary colors. Yellow and blue make green. You can make turquoise with it too if you wanted to make some water in your picture. So anyway, all you need is yellow and blue paint. It can be paint like you've seen me use in the classroom, or it can be paint that's left over from some other project. These are acrylics. It could also be in a tube that are acrylic. They're all water-based, so you can still clean it up the same. We're going to use Q-tips instead of paintbrushes, so you have those at your house. You need a piece of paper, whatever size you like. I'm using Xerox paper just because most people would have it. Okay? You also will need a crayon. Any color will do, but you need to make a trunk. So what we'll do is just make some lines this way and that way for a simple trunk. Now I'm only making one tree on here, so I'm going to make it quite large. If you were making more trees, remember how things up close need to be larger and things smaller farther away to show distance if you're making more than one tree, but practice with this one first. So it's pretty simple. After you get your trunk in there, and remember you can use anything you have at home for that, grab your Q-tips, hold them like a magic wand. Just dunk in the yellow. Remember, yellow and blue makes green, so start with yellow, quite a bit of it. Now you could, instead of making like a willow-like tree, which I have made, you could make a round orange tree. If you have orange paint, you could dab some of that on. You can make it into an apple tree, peach tree, same idea. Lots of ways to go with this. When you think you have enough yellow, start with the blue. And you just keep dabbing, and you'll see that it makes these prints over and over again with your Q-tip. If you have darker blue, you can try that out for a different hue of green. If you think you get too much blue and it looks blue, go back over and get some more yellow. So you keep going until you like the look of your leaves. Okay, you can use one if you want some hanging down branches. It's up to you. Along the bottom, you can make some grass or some bushes, some flowers. Same thing, you're going to start with yellow. Think about where your ground would be. Remember, if you don't put ground on either side of your trunks, you're going to have trees that look like they're floating. So you want to add in some lines for that. Now these could be bushes. You can turn them into blue flowers just by using your Q-tip as a stamp. There's a tall, skinny blue flower, sort of like how lavender would be, or lupin. You can go back and make some leaves. by just putting more green back on there, or more blue, excuse me, to make green. Keep adding yellow till you get it to be the right green for you. Remember, you're dab, dab, dabbing. You're not painting like a paintbrush. You're just making dabs. To create your flowers, to create your leaves and your layers. So you just have fun experimenting with it. This flower has a yellow dot inside, so you can turn it around. After you build your outside of your flower, you can go back and stamp yellow, make things up. Maybe you want just a yellow flower. Maybe you put a blue dot in the middle of that for the center. Okay? Maybe you keep these long, tall ones. You could add in a stream behind. If you're in upper grades, you might want to add a landscape. Remember, with a landscape, there's foreground, middle ground, background. I've already pre-done this so that you can just get an idea and freeze it if you want to copy. Think about adding in grasses along the fronts of these hills, the tops of the hills. Notice that I put hills in with crayon. Maybe I should do this more darkly so you can see better, so that these trees aren't floating. Maybe you would like to have a little stream coming through, so remember it's going to be bigger when it comes down in front of you. Maybe we'll have a stream coming this way. It's coming over this hill. Maybe it's filling into like a pond. We could put that tree on the edge of a pond. Okay, now we can go back and make kind of turquoise water. Start with yellow. Okay. And then start switching it over with blue, so you get kind of this turquoise water. If you have the other colors, like maybe if you have the other primary color red, you can make all the other things, all the other shades, remember? Like, you could make orange, you could make magenta and red, tertiary colors. So once you get your stream built in, your landscape put in, you've built a nice landscape, nice picture in the art style of Monet, which is Impressionism. If you'd like to look up Monet, Claude Monet, you can find out all kinds of good information on the internet. It's very interesting. He's done many beautiful different styles of paintings, but all using his impressionistic style that he invented over 100 years ago. I hope you had fun today, and look for more of my art lessons to follow. Thank you.